What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary, and once again this is going to be a Wings of Liberty match. The players in this game are RenegaDe and LiquidBisu. This is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup. We are here on the map Daybreak, and yes, once again this is a Wings of Liberty matchup, taking a brief break from doing Heart of the Swarm commentaries. And let's start off this game by taking a look at the players, beginning down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position, our red Zerg player RenegaDe. The most information I could find on RenegaDe is that he is a Masters Zerg player who is the vice captain of Team Revival. That's basically it. I wasn't able to get any tournament information on him, so if you happen to know anything about RenegaDe, any tournaments he may have won, please leave that information in the comment section below for future reference, because I would like to give more information other than the fact that he's a Masters Zerg player. Although I guess being the vice captain of Team Revival speaks volumes itself, so yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at his opponent in the upper right-hand spawn position, our blue Protoss player, the very well-known and well-decorated LiquidBisu. Bisu, very well-respected StarCraft player. He's been winning tournaments since back in 2006, maybe even prior to that, and both in 2010 and 2011, he took first place at the International Esports Festival 2 years in a row. Bisu is an unbelievable StarCraft player, and this is going to actually be the first StarCraft 2 commentary of him playing that I've ever done. So I'm really excited about that, and let's hop right into the game. Starting down over here, we do have a RenegaDe coming out with a spawning pool first. Obviously very wise in this matchup, the type of harass that you can deal with from a Protoss opponent, with a pylon getting placed down over here or possible cannon harass behind the mineral line. All these things make it very smart to go spawning pool first, protect yourself with some queens as well as some zerglings. He is now finally placing down that hatchery though. And we are going to see a Nexus first here from Bisu. Take a look at that. So going Nexus first. Now he will be going for that Forge Fast Expand, but very interestingly, he is actually coming out with his Forge inside of his main base. You know, a lot of times when you see Protoss players go Forge Fast Expand, the Forge is part of that initial wall off to get a nice early wall and defend against any Zergling run-bys, but Bisu deciding not to do that, instead building that Forge in the main. He will be coming out with a gateway down over here most likely. There it is, in fact. A gateway right there, and that Forge is just about finished, so we should be seeing a cannon come through right when that is done as well. And pretty nice positioning. I mean, you take a look at that photon cannon right there. It's got a pretty wide arc. It's going to be able to defend against Zerglings hitting against this gateway as well. So I really got to love it. Good job there, Bisu. A little bit different than what I normally see, because once again, typically when you do see a Forge Fast Expand, whether it is Nexus first or Forge first, a lot of times that first pylon and Forge are right out here, but by building those in here, it actually allowed him to get back to mining a little bit quicker, rather than pulling a probe off of the mineral line and dragging it all the way down over here for that first pylon. He just did it right there, so a little bit of an extra economy as a result, and as you can see, doesn't look like he's going to suffer for that too much. Back over here, RenegaDe done with his natural expansion, now building a third. Now Bisu is going to scout that out with his probe, and that is something that RenegaDe is aware of. Little smiley face there as he realizes, oh man, Bisu, very early on, scouted my third. No big deal though. Bisu is, LiquidBisu is coming out with the Weapons of a 1 upgrade. RenegaDe is scouting that out there with his Overlord. He can see the fact that this Forge is researching right now. We also have that Cybernetics core being constructed over here. So not even completely finishing a wall off, just relying on the protection of that single cannon. That could be dangerous. I mean, you think about something like a Speedling run-by, even without Speedlings. If he were to just, say, mass up 12 Zerglings and just run right through here, I mean, what is Bisu going to do to stop him? The one thing that he does need to do, and hopefully we'll see him do this soon, is come out with some sentries, because those force fields could be very useful, most definitely against, once again, the potential of Zergling run-bys. Now, RenegaDe isn't anywhere near Speedlings, but once more, without a full wall off, you don't really need Speedlings to just waltz your way right into the main. And take a look at this too, Gateways building on the high ground, being powered by a pylon down over here. We do have that level 1 weapon upgrade about halfway finished. Now back over here, still really focusing on his economy. RenegaDe is droning up right now, up to 35 drones complete. And it's got about 5 more that are about to come through. A couple of Zerglings in play, but that is it. RenegaDe still no more offensive units besides those 2 Zerglings. And what are they doing? Well, one of them is chasing down this probe over here. What is it going to do? It's taking a couple of shots on him. We got a Roach Warren now, though. So RenegaDe switching it up here. We'll be doing some Roach play. And I do wonder if Bisu is going to scout this. Forced to pull back. Again, the queen with that range. Going to make it hard to deal with. And he's actually going to circumvent that. Where is he going? Is he going back home? Okay, there we go. Finally going back home. I'm not sure where that other Zergling is right now, to be perfectly honest with you. I know it's somewhere. I just don't know where it went. We can get 2 more Zerglings in production. 12 more Zerglings in production. 14 more Zerglings in production. And the number keeps climbing, so I'm going to stop updating you every time it gets higher. All right, Roach Warren now finished. We do have a Spine Crawler coming through SM Defense over here. However, here come the 4 Zealots. Before that Spine Crawler finishes, he's going to force the cancel or just take it out. There's the cancel. Zealots now chasing it down to the Queen. Queen turning around once these Zerglings come to reinforce. Zealots with some nice positioning, going to allow them to do extra damage, trying to prevent this round. Here come 4 more Zealots. Uh-oh. We got 5 Roaches, 7 Roaches in production. With those Roaches, he will be able to defend against the Zealot harass, but more Zealots keep streaming in, and this is some significant damage early on here from Bisu. Taking a look at the resources lost. Renegade is behind before losing the Queen. Goes ahead and injects some larvae there. Those Roaches now coming through. More Zealots though, 4 more Zealots going for the hatchery. Roaches with a little bit of micro. Should be okay against these. Now if we see a transition into Stalkers, that's where things might get a little bit hairy. Should be finished with his Warp Gate cooldown very shortly. Will he decide to warp in over here and continue this harass? Oh no, he's going to warp in back at home, I believe. Yes, there we go. So Sentry is being warped in back at home just in case he has to deal with a counterattack. Decides not to keep up this aggression over here. That most likely was the wisest move. Once again, Bisu definitely knows what he's doing. So Renegade has taken care of that pylon. He has successfully defended. Ended up actually coming out on top in terms of resources lost. Bisu is behind right now. Let's take a look. Did he get many worker kills? Yeah, Bisu was able to kill 4 workers all in all. Now we do have those 4 sentries in play. Going to follow that up with some Stalkers. The level 2 weapon upgrade almost finished now. Also the Blink research coming through, so he'll be switching up into some Blink harass. Coming out as well with a Warp Prism, so we could see some drop harass in the main. Oh, that would be glorious to see. Yes, it would indeed. Changeling for Renegade, slowly making his way across the map. This is just a scouting unit. And I do wonder if he's going to catch Bisu moving out, because Bisu is mobilizing right now just a little bit. Oh boy, lost the camera control there for a moment. Alright, so Changeling gets... No! Doesn't get spotted. Wow, Renegade scouts out the push. We got 4 sentries and some Stalkers moving across the map. Now we do have that Warp Prism also moving. Got those couple of pylons. Some Stalkers over here. And Bisu, the strong push. Ton of Roaches coming out though. Level 1 weapon upgrade here. The range upgrade for Renegade's Roaches is now complete. Metabolic boost is coming through. More and more Roaches coming out. Renegade's gonna have a lot of Roaches here. Is the Blink Stalker micro of Bisu plus that mobile pylon going to be enough? Let's find out. Here comes the engagement now. Roaches moving forward. Some nice force field action. Keeping some of those Roaches at bay. And that's going to be enough. Uh-oh, lots of Roach loss. That is not good. Not good at all. Renegade took some pretty significant losses as a result of that force field wall from Bisu. Bisu now makes his way to the center Xel'Naga Tower and will be pushing into the natural expansion. We do have 14 Roaches in production, plus the 20 or so that are in play already. This is really scary looking though. Look at all those Stalkers, and the sentries still have enough energy to drop a couple of force fields. Oh, that's a lot of Stalkers. With the 2 weapon upgrade, I'm not sure the Roaches are going to have enough here with a little bit of Blink Micro. Bisu doesn't really even have to try so hard. Has pretty strong advantage right now. Let's take a quick look here at the army size. Bisu is behind in army size as the Roaches continue to stream in. But here come the sentries. On the high ground, there go the Stalkers on the high ground. And watch this, force field wall trapping the Roaches and Speedlings down there. And we're going to see continuous force fields as the Stalkers engage with the spawning pool and the lair, kill off these workers. And there's absolutely nothing that Renegade can do about this right now. He can't get through. We are seeing the Tunneling Claws research, but Renegade, realizing that he was about to lose everything in his main, just called the GG. This is such a frustrating situation, and definitely something you have to be aware of when you see a Warp Prism on the field and your opponent is near your main. If you have no way of bypassing force fields into your main, this very thing could happen. Good game for Bisu. Bisu, realizing that he may not have won this engagement with these spine crawlers and all of these roaches, decides to just bypass the whole thing, moving over here, dropping the sentries in the main, blinking the stalkers up high, and then resulting in a quick GG. Great game here between these two players, although relatively short. Hopefully you enjoyed it nevertheless. Once again, this has been Force. If you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning.